It's just unsafe. It's not a place I would send my children.
Unsafe, unclean, unfit for children. It's how former employees describe a daycare in Shelbyville that's now getting serious scrutiny from the state.
Those workers contacted 13 Investigates about the problem at Children Today Child Center. Our Jenny Runovich discovered that facility now getting put on probation.
Yeah, these are serious concerns for children here, not only brought up by former staff members, but also by the state of Indiana. We're talking about unsanitary conditions in the facility and too many kids per staff member.
The reason I stayed there as long as I did is because I love those kids.
Stephanie Ferris worked at this Shelbyville daycare for a month. She describes conditions for kids as horrible.
I feel unsafe. The whole facility is not clean. It is falling apart. The paint is chipping. They don't clean the carpets. Well, we had an issue with lice, and all the kids were getting it because the cots were never cleaned and they weren't designated for certain people. So it's just unsafe. It's not a place I would send my children.
It's nasty.
Jennifer DeBon, another former employee, left after 6 weeks.
I was never trained. I was thrown. First day I was there, 16 kids by myself.
The workers, who are parents themselves, contacted 13 Investigates out of concern for children. And they're not the only ones worried about what's happening inside Children Today child care. The state of Indiana is too. 13 Investigates discovered inspectors with the FSSA found 137 violations at this daycare over the last 3 years. There have been 10 critical health and safety violations, including 5 right now. Things like paint chipping off walls, dirty walls and floors, expired insurance on their van, and most worrisome to the state, an incorrect staff-to-child ratio. Too many kids for each caregiver. Former workers say they aren't screened either.
I have never done a drug test. I've never done a background check. They don't know what these people could be capable of, and they're just throwing them in to work with kids.
Now the state is putting this place on probation. That means it stays open, but parents are told of the problems, and the facility has to fix them or get shut down. 13 Investigates reached out to the president of the daycare, who lives in Kentucky.
That is a group of former employees that were trying to extort some money from us.
He blames disgruntled employees, staff turnover, and bad contractors for the violations, and claims he's committed to making a fix.
We're going to address all of them. We take the concerns that the state has very seriously.
13 Investigates found many of the violations are repeat offenses. Former workers just want children to be safe.
If the effort was put into it, it could be a nice place. It could be good for kids.
So this place has until February 28th to come into compliance and fix those problems. FSSA tells me that parents will get a letter in about a week letting them know this place is on probation. Inspectors will be back out here as well to check up. So will 13 Investigates. In Shelbyville, Jenny Runovich, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Jenny. The state has a website where you can research licensed child care providers in Indiana. This Child Care Finder lets you find out child cares that are in your area and see the inspection reports. And they've just added red flags for any critical violations. To check it out, we have a link provided for you at WTHR.com.